Hello, how are we? Um, Welcome to the Alternate Corner. My name is Dalan. If you're new here, I wanted to try some different things. I want to do some shorter videos. So you can see the tick at the below ticker below that says this is not a live stream. Most of you used to me doing live streams. Um, I'm going to start doing a few more pre-recorded videos. The whole reason is because I get distracted by chat, which I love. I love chat, but I get so distracted. So if you're out there watching now live, not live, but as you watching this, I'm not there. So I know it's a habit. People going, "Hi, how are you? Why are you ignoring me?" It's because it's pre-recorded. But just because it's pre-recorded doesn't mean that you can't like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So please do so. So yeah, I want to do a series, a lot more small bite videos. This one is about Karen Reid and whether, you know, there's a taboo thing about whether she's a victim or not. People view victims as those that obviously have been alleviated, or people don't look at defendants as victims. And I sort of get that. I do understand that. But I think Karen Reid's case is totally different. I personally see now Karen as a victim. The whole reason I see her as a victim is because people have made her a victim. People that, and I want to quash it, people that say they're advocates for victims. I can honestly say hand on heart, and I know there are advocates out there. I genuinely know there are good people out there that advocate for the victims. I have never, ever in my life met one. Not one person I've ever met in my time on Twitter. I don't believe in real life I've ever met an advocate for actual victims. I've met plenty of people that say they're advocate for victims, but all they end up doing is just bashing everyone else and just making things 10 times worse. Um, if you think that calling the defendants scum, making everyone think they're guilty, calling them every name under the sun, if that you think that makes you a victim advocate, no, you are the scum if you do that. For me, victim advocate always has the defendant and not defendants, the actual victim, the family, and everything in their sights. They're normally people that do things quietly. They don't go on the rooftops, start shouting and accusing other people of being guilty. Um, so I think that that's the type of people you want, people to represent you, not people that we see on Twitter pretending to be advocates, just have a voice. I don't say that lightly because I know some people probably genuinely believe they are being victim advocates, but actually they're not. They're just being vile people, and because of them, they're now making Karen a victim. And the reason I say that, and I don't say it lightly, is because Karen's life is now turned upside down by these people. If you go on social media, the amount of people that you see there saying, Karen Reid, she's guilty. Karen Reid this. Karen Reid, she's horrible. Karen Reid can't wait till she, gets to jail, but gets into prison. Can't wait till she comes to court. Karen Reid, if you see her, look at her, she looks disgusting. Karen Reid, all these horrible things about her. You've now made her a victim, in my opinion. In my eyes, she's now a victim. I know a lot of people disagree with that because she's not a victim. She's a defendant. She's a horrible person. She killed John O'Keefe. No, no. Allegedly, she was arrested. Allegedly for killing John O'Keefe. I don't believe she did that. Um, but the way she's been treated by social media and by the media, um, I think people should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. Absolutely. She's a victim because she can't even basically go to court without absolute harassment by certain people. Leave her alone. People should leave her alone. The Free Karen Reid protesters out there, they are an exemplary, well, I can't say that word, an excellent example of how you should conduct yourselves. And I'm sure there's one or two that stand out that have done things that maybe they shouldn't have, but on the whole, peaceful protests, respectful protests, respectful to John O'Keefe family when they go into court. they're not out there afterwards, what you look at people like Grant chasing down Karen, shouting at her about paying $3,000 to, Olivia's mother about PR and accusing her of having an affair and all these disgusting things. It's disgusting. There's no two ways about it. That's absolutely disgusting the way that Karen's been treated. She's been accused of murder. I get it. But every defendant deserves the presumption of innocent unless proven guilty. But a lot of these people, if you read them on Twitter, are just like, yeah, I've read all the documents, they're guilty. I've read it. Some people are so stupid, and I don't say this lightly because I'm attacking other people. Yeah, I'm not going to name them. You know who they are. They're so stupid that they insist they've read every piece of the document, which means that she's now guilty. What the fuck are you on about? You haven't read half the documents because half of them we haven't even seen yet. How can you presume that anybody is guilty? I've read so many tweets saying, "Yeah, she did it. She may not have meant to do it, but she did it, 100%. I've read everything. Guilty. Shame on you. Shame on you for doing such a thing." People do it for clicks and for likes and stuff like that. It's disgusting. And some of them aren't even content creators, and they think it's fine because they're not content creators. They think it's fine. The turmoil that Karen and her family are going through, you can't underestimate it. Now, I want justice for John O'Keefe and his family. I think anybody you can see here, the free Karen Reid t-shirts. I got this in Welsh. Rhyddhau Karen Reid, which is free Karen Reid in Welsh. We all believe in it. We all want justice for John O'Keefe. This isn't justice. This attacking Karen, spreading out lies, making sure that people think that she's guilty and pronounce her as guilty before we've seen an ounce of evidence. It's wrong. You've made her a victim. She can't probably leave the house. Her mental health will be shot through the roof because of what people are saying about her. And people can mock and I'm sure I'll get ridiculed for this video because, the only victims are the victims of the dead. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that there are other victims out there like Karen. That was her boyfriend. John O'Keefe, they were in a relationship together. She lost her boyfriend. I can guarantee you she's not been able to grieve at all in this because essentially she was pinned to it and said, "You're guilty. We're going to pin this all on you." So not only is she not being able to really grieve properly, she's just been insulted, verbally assaulted, and we don't even know the half of it. We don't even know the half of it. The pressure she must be going under. She's not even had a day in court yet, and we put all this pressure on her. So yeah, yeah, I believe she's a victim. She's a victim of social media and all these trolls, the horrible, horrible people out there. I'm I'll do another video about where I stand with Karen and stuff like that. But as I say, I just want to do snippets out there because if I do it live, chat just goes red hot and you can't concentrate on it. But that's the first topic I want to get out the way. Is Karen Reid a victim? And truly believe she is. If you're watching this and you believe she's guilty without seeing, and I mean, I'm not talking about you say you've read every single piece of document. Let's not lie. Let's not lie. People told me they've read every single piece of doc. Let's not lie. First of all, you haven't. So don't be telling me that you read every single word out there in this case because we haven't even seen half of it. So don't be calling her guilty. Now, Once she goes to court and you believe afterwards she's guilty, fine, that's another thing. But she's innocent unless proven guilty. Just remember, this could be anybody. Karen could be anybody. I cover cases for a living. I see this. This is not nothing new. The only thing that's new with Karen is the exposure, and I want to get into that in a separate video. But yeah, as I say, I want to keep this fairly quick. Um, but yeah, this is just a discussion point. I think she's now turned into a victim, and people have made her a victim. So whether you like it or not, also be careful out there to people that call themselves victim advocates. I've engaged with lawyers that call themselves victim advocates. They're not. They don't care about justice. They just care about getting the person who's been arrested, getting them in prison. They don't care how they get into prison. Um, they just want them in prison. And I've even had a lawyer say that to me. So be careful. There's a lot of frauds out there. And if you know what I mean, you can read between the lines there. Um, but yeah, careful out there. I'm sure there's lots of good people out there that do actual good work, but do not come to me and say that you're a victim advocate if you're out there saying that Carrie is guilty, shouting from the rooftops when you have zero evidence of that. And don't come at me about anything because nothing's been submitted yet. So as evidence. So I'm done with the bullshit of it all. I'm done with that. You've made her a victim, so shame on you. So as much as you say to all the free Karen guy people saying shame on them for not looking at John O'Keefe's family as victims, no, we 100% do. We just don't put his name in our mouths all the time and use him as bait like you guys do. So shame on you. Right, before I go off again, that's my number one video. As I say, I'm going to do a few more videos, but that was my first one to get out of the way. Just want to get that off my chest. So with that, I will see you all soon. Thank you.